Notch Point. Pretty excited. It's been ages since we've been out free camping. Far out.
110.
Queensland coast hasn't been kind to the free camping souls. Every time I go to open a gate on camera, I stuff it up. That was the most complicated gate lock I've ever seen.
In case you can't tell, we're pretty bloody excited to get in and check out Notch Point. Notch Point is located between Mackay and Rockhampton on the Queensland coast and is touted as being one of the best free camps in Queensland. We cannot wait to get in there and check it out. We've really struggled on the last couple of weeks of this trip to find a decent free camp, and it's not so much that we need a free camp, it's that we just really enjoy the informal camping that free camps deliver. No facilities as well, and just a little bit off the beaten track generally means you get a cracking campsite. So let's get in there and check out Notch Point.
What a gnarly little track that was. That was good fun. We haven't had anything like that for a while, so it was good to actually lock in the transfer case and do a little bit of four-wheel drive, and that was fun. It got tight there in a few spots and a few big holes, but nothing too tricky. So we've just arrived. It's sort of the pre-campground. I can't actually remember what it's called. It's just before Notch Point itself, but the wind is absolutely howling from the southeast for the next few days, and today it's already up. So we're actually thinking we're going to camp here because it's a little bit more protected, and then we can just jump in the car and head over to Notch Point and check that out as well. So we'll show you that as well. But yeah, wicked spot we've got here. We just got to do a little bit of manoeuvring to try and get into a nice little campsite. There's a few people in here already, so we're going to get back in the car and just duck back up here a bit and try and get a spot before someone else nabs it. I think someone already might have taken it.
No,
all right, let's go.
Go. How's this for a view? I could get used to this. Grass, beach, water, perfection.
Well, the water's a sick colour. Hopefully this wind dies off a bit. But either way, we've got a good spot to hang out for a few days. Just go for a few little wanders, explore. We'll go for a drive over to Notch Point itself later and check that out as well. Maybe do a bit of a recce for camping for next time. But yeah, for now, this is home for a bit. Looking forward to it.
Vision that I saw is getting closer every dawn. Ooh, we are dreamers of the shore.
It's a bunch of, I think they're hawks. They are just going to town here. They're in a feeding frenzy. It's low tide and they're just like pulling things out of the ground left, right and centre. And one of them just landed about 3 metres away from James, and I had this whole panic moment where I was like, oh my gosh, are they actually big enough to take a child? Because back home the wedge-tailed eagles take lambs, and I'm like, yeah, James would be about the size of a lamb. Oh my gosh. But Simon's just reassured me that they're definitely not big enough for that. But could you imagine an eagle took my child? God.
Oh, if you love Macca's pickles like we do, these things are just the same. These are the Macca's pickles and they're so good. We drove past Macca's in Mackay today when we did the groceries. I had a little craving for the Macca's, but we resisted. So we're throwing the burger pickles on our wraps today instead. just to satisfy that little bit of craving.
They're so good. I reckon it's pretty hard to beat a good pickle. What do you reckon? Way too many, just right, or Liz, what on earth are you doing? You've lost the plot. How many pickles is too many pickles?
There's no such thing. I love pickles.
It's good, isn't it?
You gotta mix it together.
All right, we've just come across possibly the best dessert I've ever tasted.
Well,
so
hang on.
it's pretty good.
I don't like it.
James doesn't like it. There you go. So it can't be that good. So plain yogurt, plain Greek yogurt, mixed with the leftover lemon curd from the cupcakes we made with the bake-off competition. How is it, Duff?
It's really good. It's yeah, it's way better than I was expecting. I don't know what it reminds me of, but it tastes good.
It reminds me of like Grandma's lemon slice.
What a lazy afternoon we've had. We have just chilled out.
Speak for yourself.
The kids did have a bit of a play down at the beach for a bit. I didn't do too much, to be honest. I did some work on the computer and might have just chilled out in bed watching a movie for a bit. But anyway, Liz has been hard at work, making sure you guys have got plenty to look at on socials, on Instagram and Facebook. And the kids, this is what they've been up to. What have you been doing, James?
Building.
You're building. So this is their little, they've made a pretty decent mess, but not too bad considering, yeah, this is their favourite thing to do is these magnets and marble run. It's coming to that time where I think it's time to crack a bevy, sit outside here, because I reckon just out here is going to be a pretty special sunset. If you can see that behind me. The water's drained right out of the bay now, low tide, so there's a fair bit of massive tidal movement here. Well, not a huge tidal movement, but it's quite shallow, so the tidal movement has a massive effect. I think I'm just going to grab me chair. Uh-oh, there's problems.
Problems in paradise.
Yeah, the marble run's collapsed. He's not happy. I'm going to grab my chair, crack a tinny, and just sit out there and have a chat to my beautiful wife and watch the sun go down. And then dinner's already made. There's a fair bit of solar this afternoon. There was good sun, and we had 100% battery when we got to camp. So we like to try and utilise that as much as we can, because obviously then we can get some of the solar coming in still. Let me explain that better. That was terrible. When we arrived at camp, it was only early afternoon and we still had 100% battery from the drive in. So what we'd like to try and do, while there's still good solar around, is cook dinner early. It gets dinner done and out of the way, and we use that power. We use the Thermomix to make chicken cacciatore tonight. So use that power up, and then we can still replenish it with the solar that's coming in for the rest of the afternoon. And by the time the sun's setting, we're back to near 100% anyway. It's just a way of using up the power that would otherwise go to waste because you're sitting at 100% with full solar coming in. I hope I explained that better the second time because I did a shocking job the first time, but I think you get the gist. If not, leave me a comment and say, Simon, you're a clown. What the hell did you mean by that? So, and I'll do my best to answer it for you there. I'm going to stop jabbering because this is only going to deteriorate and get worse. I'm going to go grab my chair. Let's go and sit outside and watch this sun go down, eh?
No, I've got to listen.
Uh-oh.
I was going to say, no, I've got to listen to you yabbering and the conversation deteriorate. I better save you with my witty puns and repertoire. No, don't put that in.
I think everyone knows where the humour comes from around here and it's not from over there. All right.
Have a lent.
All right. I'm getting out of here. I can't handle any more of these meltdowns. I'm out. Bracken ginger beer. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Yeah, I know.
We've just tucked back up in against the van to try and get out of the wind a bit. The wind is not dying off and it's a little bit nippy. So flannels are on and we're tucking in out of the wind.
It's nippy for North Queensland, let's put it like that.
Oh yeah, it's probably still 20 degrees.
It's flano weather.
Right. The wind is a bit fresh. We're just saying, it's so good to just be back to our style of travel, I think. I think we've felt a bit out of sync for quite a while now. And just, like, we love North Queensland and far North Queensland. It was an awesome place to travel around and see, but we just never quite felt like we were in our flow, in our state of flow. It's not our style of travel. There's not a lot of free camping and not a lot of low-cost camping. Very few national park camps that are suitable for getting caravans or camper trailers into. A lot of tent camping and walk-in camps only in the national parks. And something else we've identified in that, as part of that, which I think it's awesome to have been able to do, is to try and pinpoint exactly why we were feeling like that.
Yeah.
And I think we really narrowed it down to adventure. We need a little bit of adventure. Now, that doesn't mean we have to go and jump out of planes and do crazy things. It just, for us, I think, to really enjoy travel, there just has to be an element of adventure to it. So even just coming in here to Notch Point, a short little four-wheel drive track, but we're a little bit more remote, by no means remote at all in comparison to some parts of the country, but compared to where we've been staying, to just get away from the towns for a little bit, get out into just a nice little free camp, even if this was a low-cost camp. It really doesn't matter. It's just the fact that it's just informal camping, pull up wherever you like, got a spot right on the beach here, grass around us. You really can't beat it. Sitting here watching the sun go down, there's plenty of people in here, there's a bit of atmosphere. I don't know, I feel like I'm taking this sigh of relief that it's just, we're back. We are back. So look out. There's not saying you can't have plenty of adventure up there, and I know if you head inland a little bit more, there's a lot more four-wheel driving and a bit more remote camping. It was just, I think, as well, that a lot of the activities we wanted to do, a lot of the things we wanted to do were quite expensive to do as a family of four. And that starts to cut into your budget, and you really got to pick and choose what you do. It just caught us off guard, I guess. We weren't quite prepared for that. And particularly when you're paying for accommodation, and some of the site fees and that are pretty crazy. North of $60 or $70 a night. So when unpowered camping. So when you're paying that sort of money to camp, and then on top of that, the activities and the stuff you do during the day is expensive, you could burn through a lot of money very quickly in this part of the country. This will go down as one of our best camps in recent memory. It's certainly the best camp we've had since we left Fraser Island a few months ago.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it's
absolutely.
Yeah, it's so good to be back. We're banging back down the east coast, as you probably noticed, and we're going to the snow. We are going to go and shred up the snow. We
have season passes. We are pumped.
We've got 3 weeks booked in at the snow. We cannot wait. We're really looking forward to that. Going to do some cold weather camping. We're going to test out the zone down in the cold climates. That's coming up not too far away in the coming weeks. For now, we're just going to wind down here, I think.
Watch this sunset and
crack another tinny and enjoy this dinner that we've already knocked up, and we'll see you guys in the morning.
Yeah, it's not.
You never know. We don't know what's going to happen. This is all unscripted.
Yeah,
in case you can't tell.
I think they can tell.
I think they can tell. Rightio.
All right.
See you in the morning.
See you guys.
Got to turn the inverter on. This is more like it. Kids are loving life too. Morning.
Morning. I'm not ready to be on camera yet, but that's it. That's life.
Hair in my face. Having tailgate coffee this morning because we left our chairs out and they got a bit wet. The wind's died off a little bit, but there's a bit of cloud coming over, so it's still pretty chilly. We're still pretty rugged up, if you can't tell.
It's pretty cold.
It's ridiculously chilly for North Queensland.
Tropical North Queensland, they said.
But anyway, we're heading south, so we should stop whinging about the cold, or it's going to become very boring very quickly. So this morning, or today, some point, but I don't want to commit to the morning, we'll go and do a bit of exploring. We're going to go over and have a look at the point on the other side, like we said, go and have a look over there. Just chill out for a bit. We've both got a bit of work to do as well. I got some editing to do. Liz has got some life admin to do. And
the life admin is endless. It doesn't end when you go travelling and escaping it.
Yeah, and updating socials and everything like that.
Yeah.
So we'll spend a few hours doing that, and then go for an explore and see what the day brings. Car doesn't want to go. So we're just getting in the car to go for a drive around a Notch Point, and it feels like the brakes are locked on, like the back drums have seized up or something. I don't know. It doesn't want to go forwards or backwards, so I'm going to try a bit more backwards because drums aren't as effective in reverse, so I'm just going to put it in low range and try reverse and see what happens.
It's not moving. It's not moving.
So in low range there, it eventually let go with a big clunk. So I reckon it's something in the brakes, the drum or something's seized up. Or you right, mate?
And what did that mean that when the muscles stepped on the man?
It's a circus
Did it
here,
die?
absolute circus.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, the car's due for a service, so I need to get it in for a service. But when we get back from our little day trip, I might
Stop doing that.
pull it apart and have a bit of a look and see what's going on.
Live a little, flip the page, give it some more, getting out of my way. I was hiding, bulletproof, forever waiting, then came you. I thought I was what I've been told I thought I was. I thought I was what I've been told I thought I was. I was picking up the pieces of yesteryear's life, in over my head, trying to figure out. I was going through changes, but where to begin when a mountain moving revelation came marching in. I thought I was what I've been told I thought I was. I thought I was what I've been told I thought I was. Been a long time, baby. Been a long time, long. Stick with me, maybe. Don't let me go.
All right. Well, that was good fun. We've made it back in one piece. No more car issues. Brakes are a little bit squeaky. I think I might whip that wheel off and have a bit of a look and see if I can see what's going on. There is good camping over there. I do like that side of, I think it's probably just as nice over that side, but a lot more exposed to the wind that we got at the moment. So we're pretty happy over this side. We're gonna get the fire going and actually have a camp oven cook up tonight, which we're super excited for. We're pretty hopeless at collecting wood and we always forget to collect wood. And we don't carry a chainsaw or anything like that. We did manage to pick up a heap of wood from some campers that camped nearby that left some wood behind, which was awesome. So I think we'll have enough wood there to do a bit of a camp oven cook up. We've got a little roast pork we'll chuck on and some veggies. I'm gonna whip this wheel off and see what's going on with this rear on the car, and then we'll get the fire going and yeah, sit around the fire and sink tinnies and watch the kids play. And I've only got 3 beers left though.
What about some like chai tea or something?
Chai tea, oh yeah. Give me that. That's exactly what I feel like.
Chai tea? For
Yeah,
the
I
win.
might even tip the beer down the sink. Just drink chai tea. Yeah, that sounds good.
What are you doing, H?
Filming.
You filming, Dad?
Yeah. Comes off.
Yeah, it loosens it.
So that part must be the problem. You're making it looser.
Right, that was definitely rustied on. I can't see anything wrong with it. There's a lot of rust in there, which is not surprising when you think what this car's done. I was sort of hoping to find something obvious, but there's nothing obvious. I'm hoping it was just a bit of gunk caught up in the drum. Maybe some of that water, the puddles we went through on the way in, got a bit of silt or something up in there. I've cleaned it all out. I'm hoping it's one of those things you clean it out, put it back together, and fixes it. So get this back together and see what happens. If you know the answer, leave a comment below so that you can help me out and everyone else that watches this. Rightio, so because this is a boneless pork, it shouldn't take as long to cook as obviously a bone-in one, and it's given us plenty of good spots. We just shoved a few cloves of garlic down inside it. I'm just going to oil it a bit of salt, and yeah, pretty simple, throw it in. Now I've just in the bottom of the camp oven here got a trivet just to keep it off the bottom a bit, and I wrap that in foil. That just stops it sticking to the trivet and keeps it clean, because I don't know, your camp oven might be dirty like mine. I've managed to lose my my lifter, which is a bit annoying. That hooks on and lifts the camp oven out. I don't know what I've done with the bloody thing, but normally a handle, like a wire handle that goes up and over. So I just use a welding glove to get it in and out and manoeuvre it a bit, but I'll just get the fire ready. I'm just gonna go wash my hands and then we'll get the fire set up ready to throw the oven in there. I just drag some coals away out of the main fire and get her on there and throw a few on top. And I think being pork, it won't hurt it to be a bit hot early on. And then, yeah, we'll see how she goes. It's been about an hour, so I'm just going to check how things are going. Let's get in there and see how it looks. It's looking pretty good. I might get the meat thermometer and chuck it in there and see how we're looking. I reckon it probably need another half hour or so, but...
Veggies?
Yeah, we'll throw the veggies. I reckon she might be done. It's 65 degrees, so I reckon I'll pull that out and just throw the veggies in there and give them half an hour in there. And half an hour maybe. I didn't realise there was onion. That should have gone in at the start. So yeah, lucky it's still an hour till dinner. Rightio, let's see how these veggies are. Did get a little bit distracted, so every chance I've overdone them. But let's find out. They don't look too bad actually. I was a bit surprised. All right, we'll get this off and get them unloaded, and we'll plate it up. And I've got to dig these bloody potatoes out. Don't underestimate how easy it is to lose potatoes in a very relatively small area when you bury them in a fire. Anyway, we'll get these veggies off first, and then I'll dig out these potatoes.
What?
Now the trick is to keep the sand out of the potato. I can tell already it's going to be a cracker though. Oh yeah, did you peel them, did you?
Yeah, because they were a bit old.
Oh, yeah. Let's get all this inside. Whoop, Harrison just fell off his chair.
You good,
right,
buddy? Do you have a bit too much to drink? Too many waters.
Oh, I thought I'd had too many beers. Apparently Harrison's been having a sip too. Tell you what, something we don't have very often on the road is a roast meal, and I'm bloody excited for this. This has just come together. It was just an idea we had yesterday to get the fire going and throw the camp oven on. So we're just throwing together what we had, but it's bloody spectacular. Let's dig in though.
Yeah.
Don't mind James smashing and banging and crashing in the background. James, you noisy?
Yep. How noisy are you, James?
Karate. Noise.
Yep, that's why you can't hear us.
Nothing tastes better than campfire cooking. Maybe a drunken 3 a.m. kebab, but campfire cooking's pretty high up there.
How is it, buddy?
It's pretty much good.
Pretty much good. So I just got the camp oven on the fire with some water in it. That's the easiest way to clean them, I reckon. Just throw a bit of water in it, chuck it back on the fire, heat some water up, give it a quick scrub, dry it out, oil it up. Ready for next time. That's what I should have done last time I used it, which I didn't do. So I'm learning from my mistakes and I'm going to do it this time. Anyway, dinner time. We'll see you guys in the morning. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed that one. We had a fantastic stay in there at Notch Point. It was wicked, wasn't it?
Definitely put it on your Queensland road trip.
It felt like we were camping again for a change.
Oh.
It was so good.
The further off the track you get, the more enjoyable the campsites are, and usually the more we have in common with the people in the campground too.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
Just best people in there. It was so good. Like our mates Tom and Amy, and they're the 4 boys in a caravan. They came down to visit us. That was just such a special treat. The kids loved it.
We didn't actually show you guys much of that, but our mates Tom and Amy, the 4 boys in a caravan, they dropped in and saw us. We were actually meant to leave yesterday. They rang us and said, hey, if you hang around one more day, we'll duck in and say g'day and catch up with you. So we couldn't say no to that, so we added an extra day.
Especially when they came with an extra 2 litres of milk for us.
We're just about to head into Rocky and restock. We've got heaps of laundry to do. We've got shopping to do. We've heard there's an Aldi supermarket there, so we're excited for that. G'day, g'day.
Hey guys.
Follow yous on the.
Hey! You can be on the YouTube. You can be on.
They've got the little.
Yeah, 2 little boys.
That's right, yeah.
Simon.
Oh, Mark, how
Mark, how are you?
Well, up there.
Yeah.
Oh, you've just left.
We just left. Yeah.
Oh, that was a bit nice.
It's always good to bump into people that follow what we do. So if you do see us out on the road, do exactly what those guys did and stop off and say g'day. We love it. It really makes our day. As always, if you enjoyed this one, give it a like. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I can't understand why anyone would not want to be subscribed to this channel. It's
free.
Brilliant content. I mean, look at this.
Free.
You get to sit here and listen to me yarn all day. Hey? And anyway.
You're meant to be selling it, Duff.
Yeah, all right, sorry. Yeah. I'll shut up eventually. All right, that'll do for this one. And as always, guys, you can catch us next week. We'll see you next Sunday.
See you next Sunday, guys. You don't say.
Yeah, no, I do. Yep.
Then I just pop a bob. I've had a lot of ginger beer, sorry.
Because this is a rolled, can you see me all right with that, son?
Not really. I might just... There we go. Now we're cooking.
What have I done?
Nothing.
What am I responding to? I didn't hear what you said.
My brakes on the caravan did the same as what your car did.
Oh, yeah?
Shit.
Yeah. Like I'm reversing back. I'm like, geez, I'm tearing the grass up.
Yeah.
And Amy said, yeah, the front wheels where the handbrake were locked.
Yeah, I reckon it's salt water puddles coming in, eh?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine for the first, a few braking spots on the way out was squealing like nothing else. And now I've done some hard braking, they're fine.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
To do that the way that then.
Yeah, I reckon it's just a bit of like corrosion build up inside the drum and it just binds up.
That's what it'll be.
Yeah.